What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's YouTube video. Before we dive into the video, I want to share with you my goal this year to hit 10,000 subscribers. So if you find today's video useful, you can help me out by just hitting that red subscribe button to get us one step closer to the goal of reaching 10,000 subscribers. I can't do it without you guys, so I'm trying to put out as much great content as I can each week for you in exchange for getting you to subscribe to the channel. So with that being said, help us reach our goal, and now let's go ahead and dive into today's video. In this video, I'm going to talk strictly to beginners, so it's a beginner level video, but if you already have a Pinterest account, you might be able to pick up a few things from today's video that will help you as well building your Pinterest account, getting more views, more clicks, more repins, more traffic back to your website. So as a Pinterest beginner, you probably are unfamiliar with a lot of these techniques that we're going to be going over today, and at the end of the video, I'm going to be giving you a strategy that I'm currently using that's helped me grow to 1 million monthly views, and I'm getting between 15,000 to 30,000 clicks a month to my website from Pinterest. And this is going to grow over time as I start to, ramp up my content and start pinning more again. I've kind of let this just go for a little while because once I built my Pinterest account, it was self-sustaining itself, but I'm getting ready to go into another level again of putting out tons of new content from my blog. I've been putting out new blog articles consistently, so I want to share with you first the step-by-steps of how to get started if you're brand new on Pinterest. So the first thing we want to do is create a business account. There's two different types. You have a personal account and you have a business account. The business account is important because it's going to get you access to analytics. So having access to Pinterest analytics is going to be able to show you your performance of your different pins, so you can see what's working when you're testing out your different strategies, your different pins. So you've got different designs of pins that you might be testing. If you want to know what categories or subtopics seem to be doing really well on Pinterest, then you can find out this in the analytics. So lots of great information you're going to get from analytics, and you only get access to analytics with a Pinterest business account. But don't worry, it's super simple to set up a Pinterest business account. If you already have a personal account, then you can convert it to a business account, and we're going to show you how to do that right now. All right, so steps here: log into our personal account, click on the little drop down arrow in the top right corner to open your menu, click on settings, then go to account settings, then find the get started next to convert to business account, and then click on switch to business. So let's go ahead and try this out. All right, so here I am in my personal Pinterest account. I found that little drop down arrow. So we're going to go ahead and click on settings. Next, I'm going to click on account settings here. All right, so it's going to show me my basic information. So let's go ahead and scroll down here to the bottom. All right, so down here at the very bottom, we can see account changes. It says link your business and personal accounts so you can use one login. So let's go ahead and just click on get started. Linked business account. Creating a linked business account allows you to maintain a single login while keeping your personal and business Pinterest accounts separate. Start by setting up your business profile and begin growing your business following on Pinterest. So let's go ahead and click on this create a linked business account. All right, so it's going to ask us to build our profile. So let's give our profile a name. So I'm just going to do this one as Nick Foy Homes. Or, let's just go ahead and keep it Nick Foy Homes. I don't want to do Realtor Nick Foy. Instead, I'll just use Nick Foy Homes. Do I have a website? So I can go ahead and type in my website if I have one. For right now, I'm just going to check no. And then we've got country, region, English, US. So click next. Describe your business. What is the focus of your brand? So let's see if they have real estate. If they don't have real estate, they don't have business. And what we can do is just click on other. We can add brand focus here. We'll just type in real estate. What are your goals? Pick 3 goals. I want to sell more products. I want to generate more leads. Yes. Drive traffic to my website. Yes. Grow my brand awareness. Yes. So we'll go ahead and click on next. Describe your business. Get customized recommendations based on your details. So I'm a contractor or service provider. So I'll go ahead and just click on that one, hit next. Would you ever be interested in running ads on Pinterest? Sure, I might run some Pinterest ads at some point. Click on next. Where would you like to start? Share ideas, grow your audience, showcase your brand. Let's go ahead and just share ideas. That means we'd get started creating a pin, grow your audience, create an ad, or showcase your brand, build your profile. Let's do the build your profile. All right, so it's just loading us here to our Pinterest settings page where we can edit our profile. So we can see our display name on our profile is Nick Foy Homes. We can see our username, which is going to be the URL. So pinterest.com/ Nick Foy Homes. So that's my username for now. Then we've got the About Your profile. So we can go ahead and add in a description there as well to our profile. So let's just say, real estate tips for home buyers and home sellers. If you live near northern Indiana, contact me to assist you with the home, with your real estate transaction. And I might change this up later, but just giving a little simple bio about my profile. And then as I create my website for my realtor business, I would put my website in there. And then if I want to make an email address public, we could do so there. We've got our country, we could put our phone number in. If it's a retail location, we could put our address in. So lots of different settings here. We'll go ahead and just click on save. All right, so the username's already been taken. So I've probably already created a Pinterest profile for my Nick Foy Homes business and forgotten about it. So all I gotta do is just Nick Foy Homes 1, click save. All right, so that's the settings. Now, what I want to point out, now that we have a business profile, we get some additional features up here in the menu bar. Our menu looks way different than it did on the personal account. So the search bar is gone. It's no longer here. The word home is no longer up here. So now to get to the search bar, we just have to click on the search icon, and it'll bring back that search bar here in that dead white space. And now we can, search different things we want to look for on Pinterest if we're browsing for ideas ourselves. Inspiration. Now these are different drop-down tabs that we did not see on the Pinterest personal account page that we get access to when we have a business account. So this drop-down just has our business hub, which is like an overview page where we can see analytics and everything. It's like a dashboard that kind of summarizes everything in one place on the back end. Or we can go out to our home feed, click on that, and it populates ideas. So now we can see our home feed, all kinds of different ideas of pins that we could save to different boards based on interests that we've indicated. So that's what the business drop-down tabs got for you. The create tab, we can create story pins, we can create a pin, or we can create an ad here. So this is all about creation. If we want to upload pins to our profile to get our profile going, I would click on create a pin. Or if, again, you want to boost a pin to try to get more people to see it, pay money, maybe $5 a day to Pinterest to boost your pin for you, we can create an ad. Analytics, this drop down, we can see overview, audience insights, conversion insights, video, and trends. So for example, we go to overview. This is going to show us over time our performance. So we'll be able to see how many impressions we're getting, how many clicks, things like that. So let me go ahead and just quickly drop over into my golf account and show you kind of what those analytics look like. So you can see here we've got, over 900,000 impressions. We've got a large total audience size, over 30,000 engagements a month. So these are the different analytics you'll eventually get to see as your account gets going and you're getting traffic to your pins and saves and clicks, and then it'll just add up here in the analytics section. All right, lastly, we've got the ads tab here. So again, this is where we're going to be able to go if we decide we want to start running Pinterest ads. We can set up our billing by adding in our credit card or our bank account information so they can bill us. And then we can start creating ads and look at reporting to be able to see how our ads are doing, how many impressions we're getting, how many saves, how many clicks to our website. So if we've got a product pin we're trying to promote, maybe to take them over to our e-commerce store, then we could set up ads. So these are the different tabs we get with the business. And then we've got over here, if we want to check our notifications, check our messages, just like we had with our personal account. And then we can get to our profile by clicking on our little icon here, which we'll add a profile picture at some point here, and that'll be, what shows up instead of this letter N. And then the drop-down arrow is how we can get to the back end where we have our settings. If we want to link up accounts, we can add additional Pinterest accounts so we can just go back and forth between accounts and not have to keep logging in and logging out as well.
All right, so now that we've got this Pinterest business account set up, the next step is we need to figure out what niche or industry we want to focus on in our Pinterest profile and our Pinterest strategy. So for example, if we already have a website or a blog that we're running, then we're probably going to be picking that industry or that niche by default because we're trying to promote our blog articles on Pinterest to get traffic back to our blog. But if you don't have a website and you're starting from scratch, then picking your niche can be quite challenging as you're probably confused where to even begin. So what you can do to get started is use the Pinterest Audience Insights tool. So this tool shows all the different user data of all the users on Pinterest currently. over time, as you begin to build an audience, you have people clicking on your pins, you have people following you, you'll be able to see My Audience as a new section, and this will have data strictly on your audience, people following your profile. So you can learn more about their demographics, their interests, and things like that that will help you promote pins and create new content geared towards your audience. All right, so now that we have our niche selected, the next step is going to be creating different boards for our profile. So in order to create these different boards, however, we need to figure out some different subtopics within our niche that we want to cover. That way, when somebody comes to our profile, they can look at our variety of boards and they'll be able to understand what niche we're covering, and they'll be able to dive deeper into specific subtopics within that niche. So for example, with my account, mine is a golf account. So the minute somebody lands on my page, they're going to know it's a golf account because they're going to see boards like golf swings, golf chipping tips, putting, golf clothes, golf fitness. They're going to see all these different subtopics, which is going to let them know as a whole that my profile is all about golf. But they're also going to be able to dive deeper into these specific subtopics, which are set up as different boards, so they can further their knowledge on a specific interest of theirs. So if they're looking for tips on chipping, they don't want to have to dive through a bunch of pins covering all kinds of topics in one board. Instead, I've got this separate board set up just for chipping, so they can dive into that board and find only pins related to chipping. So this is a great way to subdivide different boards into different topics. That way you can have, a general board that might still have all your blog pins in it, but then you have these other specific boards covering specific subtopics. And that's a great way to organize your page and profile to make it user-friendly, and that's going to help you get more followers and get more engagement on your content. So not to overwhelm you, but I would start off just picking 5 subtopics. So we're going to create 5 boards to begin with, and we can expand later on from here. Now, to get these boards jump-started, we want to fill up each board with between 5 and 10 pins. That way, if somebody came to our profile tomorrow, they would see that our boards already look pretty full and that we've got content we're pinning to them. If they show up to our new profile and just see a bunch of blank gray slots because we haven't been pinning yet to these new boards, they might leave and never come back or, not think much of our profile. But giving our boards a jump start by getting some pins onto them is a great way to start filling out our profile to make it look more complete, so we can start building a following faster. All right, so how I find pins for these different boards is I'm going to go on Pinterest, I'm going to find the search bar, and I'm going to type in my niche topic. So whatever subtopic I'm trying to fill that board up. So in this case, if I was trying to fill up the golf swing board of mine, I would type golf swing into the search bar. And then from there, Pinterest is going to load a bunch of results of different golf swing related pins. And I'm going to start saving some of these different pins to my golf swing board. So yes, these are pins from other people, but that's okay because we want to share other people's content in addition to our own. That gives our profile an overall, not just me look, so that people want to follow us because they want to see great content in our boards. And if we're only posting content about ourselves, that might come off with the wrong vibe and we might not get people sticking around wanting to follow us. And also checking into these other people's profiles and finding content that they're posting. If you find quality content from other Pinterest users, this is still going to serve your audience well because your audience will look at you as, the key resource. Every time they come to your profile, they know you have really good content on your boards. So if you're finding really good content from other people's profiles and pinning it to your boards, that just helps boost the overall credibility and, power score of your board, where in other people's eyes, they're like, wow, this board is really amazing. It's got lots of great quality content. All right, so once we've gotten started pinning other people's content to help fill our boards up, next we need to start creating our own pins. So I'm going to go ahead and show you over on Canva an easy way to start creating your own pins from scratch. And Canva also offers different pin templates that you can easily customize. So using Canva is really straightforward. All you do is go to canva.com, you create an account. Once you're logged into your account, you're going to see this dashboard page. We want to use the Design Anything banner up here and find the one that says social media. It's going to open up different social media templates. So all we do is scroll over a couple times. We'll find the one that says Pinterest pin. We click on that. And what it does is it opens up a Pinterest template. So this is the template that's got the right dimensions that we need for using pins on Pinterest. So 1500 pixels tall by 1000 pixels wide. And then from there, we can just click into one of these templates they've already designed for us that they're giving us access for free. So you can scroll through here and click on See All to see a running list of all these different templates. So this will save you a ton of time or give you some inspiration if you're going to try to design your own from scratch. So from there, all we would do is come in here and just customize the text to fit whatever our topic is that we're covering for this particular blog post or this particular product we're promoting. So we'd put some text there. We'd maybe change out the background image to be something that suits us. And then I like to change out and put my brand name on my pins, which they already had a website there. So I just switched it out with golf practice guides. So it's got my branding on it. So just click around on different elements that come on the template here. You'll see different things come up here in the toolbar. So we can change the font size. You can change the color. You can make it bold. You can change if it's lowercase or uppercase. You can, indent it, align it differently. You have bullets, lists. So lots of different customization options to create the correct text that you want to see on your Pinterest image. And then, of course, the background image you can delete out, and you can upload your own photos using uploads. So I've already got pre-selected or pre-uploaded golf images that I could just drag in to resize to fill the entire frame of that template. Now to go ahead and find these free stock photos, I go to pexels.com, or you could type in Pixabay or Unsplash. These are also free stock photo websites. All right, when you're done with your design, all you do is download it using this download arrow, and it takes it straight to your computer, and now you have it on your computer so you can upload it to your Pinterest account. You can also experiment with the Publish to Pinterest button as well, which might open up Pinterest and have it ready to go for you on Pinterest already. So all you got to do is type in the title, the pin description, the URL, and it's ready to publish.
All right, so once we learn more about how to use Canva and we start designing pins, what I want you to do is focus on designing 5 to 10 pins for each of your boards. So again, figuring out what different topics you want to cover within that subtopic. So for example, if I was focusing on creating content or pins for my golf swing board, I would think, okay, topic number 1 could be how to hit the golf ball further. Topic number 2 could be how to fix my slice, how to fix a hook, how to stop topping the golf ball, how to swing with more rhythm and balance. So there's lots of different subtopics within this subtopic of the golf swing that I could further dive deeper into as content pieces. So in order to create these pins, we need to have something that we're linking to so that the people finding these pins can click on our pin and take them to a helpful resource. So in this case, I have blog articles that I link to. Now, if you have products or maybe you have, some other form of content like a video you're trying to link that to, that's okay too. But if you don't have a blog yet, I would highly recommend starting a blog and come up with different topics that you can post blog articles about. So in my previous example, where I just came up with 5 different pin ideas related to the golf swing, these would be separate articles that I would go and write and publish to my blog. Now that I have 5 different articles covering different topics on the golf swing, I can take each of these articles, create a pin for it, and link these pins back to the article. And so doing this over time, you're going to build a content library. So I currently have almost 500 blog articles on my golf website. So this gives me 500 different pin opportunities to create and post to Pinterest. Now, one strategy I recommend is creating multiple pins per blog post. So not only do I have 500 blog articles I could pin out 500 times to Pinterest, I also could create 2, 3, 4 pins per blog post. So this gives me, 1,500 to 2,000 potential pins that I could have created for these 500 blog articles to get out there on Pinterest. So that's going to give me a wide amount of quality content to put out on Pinterest, and that's just going to spread my reach and my potential to get lots of eyes on my content so I can get more clicks, more repins, and ultimately get more sales when they land on my website and end up reading through my blog post and finding my product link. So the way I look at it, we can directly promote products on Pinterest, but this tends to not be too successful of a strategy because people want to get warmed up first. If they're just cold traffic, they don't know anything about you, they might be on Pinterest shopping and you might catch them at the right time where they're looking to make a buying decision. But most people are just browsing for inspirational ideas at the moment. They're looking for blog articles to answer questions that they have. So having helpful resources and content can help kind of ease people into your sales funnel. It can help warm them up, turn them from cold traffic to warm traffic. Now they know who you are, they follow you, they come back, they read more and more content of yours, they check out your different boards. Over time, they're going to continually get taken over to your website each time they're clicking on your pins. And now eventually over on your website, you can convert them into customers
by having them read through helpful, resourceful articles on your blog. But within those blog articles, you can also promote products. So as you're helping explain how to, fix somebody's golf swing in a blog article of mine, I also might throw a couple product links here and there saying, check out my free course on, how to improve your golf swing, or check out my paid course on how to improve your golf swing. So I could offer maybe a freebie where I could get them onto my email list then, and then I could take my email list and start marketing to it to try to sell to it, or I can just directly link to products on that blog article as well. So I do a combination of both, and this helps me not only build my email list, which I can later turn email subscribers into sales, but I can also turn my blog articles into direct sales by having people read the blog article first, then click on the product link and go check out and buy my product. So again, it just gives them a chance to warm up to you, to learn more about you, to see that you are helpful, you are providing value, they can trust you, and if they see that your free content, like your blog post for example, provides great value, that's going to make them more trusting to want to buy your product, because they're going to think if his blog post is this good, then his paid stuff, his products must be just as good. Alright, so with that being said, it's important to create blog posts. That way you give yourself more variety of content to pin out to Pinterest, so you're not just pumping product after product after product pin, because that's going to turn off your audience. But if you provide helpful content like review articles maybe about your products, that could be another way that you could generate sales and build trust and turn that cold traffic into warm traffic. Alright, so far we've been talking about how to set up our account, how to create different boards that we want to focus on building out our profile with to start. Then we talked about how to create different pins, and we talked about creating pins based around different content we have to promote, so products we're promoting or blog articles we're promoting. So the next step is to start getting a following to our page and start getting our pins out there on Pinterest for lots of people to see. So if we don't have an audience yet, the first thing we can do is join group boards. Group boards gets us exposed to other contributors' audiences that are also contributing to this group board. So to find group boards, all we got to do is hop over on Pinterest, find the search bar, search whatever topic we're looking for. So I could type in golf swing, and then it's going to pull up a bunch of different pins. Now I'm going to click on the filter drop down. I'm going to find the one that says boards. I'm going to click on that, and now Pinterest is going to reshuffle the results again to just show me boards. So I don't see pins anymore. So now I can see all the boards covering the topic golf swing. And I can look through and find a group board, which I'm going to find a group board based on looking for a little circle icon in the lower left-hand corner of the board. So this shows that there's multiple contributors and then it's a group board. So we can click into the group board, and then we can look for any instructions or email address of how we can reach out to the board owner who actually created the board, and see how we can join and become a contributor and start contributing to that group board. Alright, so once we're members of these group boards, we can start pinning out 3 to 5 times a day to these group boards to try to get our pins out there in front of this audience that already exists on this group board, because all these other contributors, each time they join this board, all their followers get subscribed to this group board, and that's how this group board ends up having a following. So it's a great way to get exposure if you don't have any followers yet. Now, the next strategy to start building your profile and getting more followers is to go into your niche and find different competitors. So find other accounts within your industry and give them a follow. Now you can keep tabs on what they're doing, what kind of content they're posting, and you can start to see, some ideas of how you can be better and improve your profile. In addition, what I like to do if I have a brand new account that doesn't have any followers is I'll actually go onto my competitors' profiles and I'll look at their followers, and I'll start going through one by one, clicking on the red follow button, and I'll start following their followers. This will get them a notification, so they'll see that I followed them, and this might lead to getting some follow backs. So I can start building an initial following by getting the follow backs from going through and doing a bunch of following of people. Now, if you want later, you can unfollow people if you want to do the unfollow follow game, but personally, I usually just leave myself following them unless I'm trying to keep my following count down so that I can just focus on following my competitors and see what kind of content they are posting. All right, a few final tips for you as a Pinterest beginner to help you find success on Pinterest. Now that we've got group boards we're a part of, and we've got some followers where we're learning how to gain followers by joining these group boards, as well as going in and following our competitors' followers who are already interested in our industry or in our niche, the next things we need to do is learn how to optimize our pins so they can perform well on Pinterest. So I'm going to go ahead and jump over again to my computer screen, and I'm going to show you step by step what you should be doing when you fill out a new Create a Pin page. So uploading your pin, giving it a title, giving it a description, a URL, and we're going to talk more about about the pin description and the pin title, how you can optimize those so they can perform better in Pinterest search, because ultimately the best way to get found is getting your pins showing up in Pinterest search. So as people are searching different keywords in the search bar, your content shows up. It doesn't matter how many followers you have, you still can get lots of traffic and lots of clicks on your pins without having a huge following, thanks to the search engine aspect of Pinterest with people using the search algorithm. All right, so when it comes to optimizing our pins for the search results, so Pinterest SEO, the first thing we want to do is start with the design itself. So here's a pin that I just uploaded today. Now, this is a new design I'm testing out, so we're not going to worry too much about the design aspect of it. What we want to focus on, though, is the text that I put on the image. So we want to start off making sure we're putting good headlines, good titles on our pin using the different text tools and these photo design softwares, and trying to make it, a catchy headline that's going to invoke curiosity, that somebody's going to want to click on our pin when they read the text. So in this case, 5 tips to hitting longer drives. I kept it short, kept it simple. It's straight to the point, lets them know they're going to get tips on hitting longer drives. And the fact that I put longer drives instead of, 5 tips to improving your golf swing, I put longer drives because that's something specific somebody wants to learn about in golf. They want to learn how to hit longer drives. They don't want to hit, 200-yard drives. They want to figure out how they can hit 300-yard drives and then set themselves up with shorter shots into the green. So knowing that, giving it a catchy title. I also put a call to action on there. I wrote click to read, just to kind of give someone, maybe an incentive to click on my article. Not sure if this is going to work, but it's not done too bad for me in the past, so it's something you could consider. Then I also like to brand my website on there as well. So we've got golfpracticeguides.com. So that's the image part. Now, when we're uploading our image, also you want to make sure the file name of the image contains some keywords. So when you save the file to your computer, I would save this as, golf tips hitting longer drives. That would probably be my file name. So when Pinterest uploads this image, they read the file name and they see those different keywords in the file name for that image. Now, next, we're going to give the image a title or a headline on Pinterest. So in this case, I wrote how to hit golf drives farther like Bryson DeChambeau. So again, it plays off the theme that they're going to learn how to hit longer drives so that it matches up with what text I wrote out here on the image itself. Although this time I mentioned Bryson DeChambeau, which in the golf space, he's a guy who hits super far drives. So, it's hopefully going to make somebody want to click on my article. Now, in the description itself, we got to use different keywords. So I wrote golf swing distance, golf course, longer drives, golf swing tips. So using multiple keywords in the golf space that are related to the golf swing tips, golf drives, long drives, things like that, that people are going to be searching on Pinterest, so that it can help Pinterest understand what this pin's about, and they can load this pin for those different keywords. So in a combination of what keywords you put in your title, as well as the combination of keywords you put down here in your description, and your file name, putting some keywords in the file name, that's all going to help tell Pinterest what kind of keywords this pin is about to show for in the search results. So in addition to that, I also put a call to action in my description. I wrote click to read or share this pin. And I also put my brand name, Golf Practice Guides, in the first sentence. So this gives it some credibility to say, hey, this is an article by golfpracticeguides.com. So it sounds like I'm an established website that's got good content. So it's going to give it a little more incentive to want to click through and actually read my articles. So those are the basic SEO tips you can do using the Pinterest uploader. Upload your image with the right file name. Upload, a keyword focused headline and then a keyword focused description, but also include some call to actions like in your description or out on your pin graphic itself. Then the final tip is when you're pinning it to a board, you want to make sure your boards also are optimized for similar keywords. So in this case, I just pinned it to my blog board, golfpracticeguides.com. Now, if I was going to repin it later on, I would find my golf swing board so that it goes out to the relevant board related to the golf swing. And that board has the tip, the title golf swing tips in it. So you can see right here, golf swing tips. So I'll go ahead and just click save. Now it just pinned it to that board as well. So the golf swing tips board, in the board description, I also loaded it up with a bunch of keywords related to the golf swing. So Pinterest now knows, hey, this pin got pinned out to the golf swing tips board. It must be related to golf swing tips. All right, since you made it all the way through today's YouTube video, I want to share with you an important resource I put together regarding Pinterest. So it's called Pinterest for Business, It's updated every month, so there's going to be new content coming into this resource library. You can scroll down the page here and you can read through all the sales copy, but I'm not really a salesman. All I care about doing is putting out the best videos that I can put out for you so you can help teach yourself how to use Pinterest using these training videos. So you're going to get a lot of cool worksheets, different checklists that I start you off with, and a free month of Tailwind. We're also going to go into a lot of the beginner steps starting out, but we're going to get more advanced as well, like how to use your business account to sell things on, Etsy or your website, or build an email list. I'm going to go over the Pinterest algorithm, how it works, so you can learn how to get more pins to stand out on Pinterest so that you can get more clicks to your website, to your blog, to your products. We're going to talk about the secrets to creating viral content on Pinterest. I've got a viral pin checklist you can check out here as well. And then we're going to get into the automation aspect so you can set up scheduling pins with Tailwind to save yourself a ton of time, as well as how to, manually pin still to get some benefit from manual pinning. So overall, there's all kinds of modules here inside of this course that you can use to better your Pinterest knowledge and, help your business out and get better at marketing on Pinterest. So again, we're adding videos every single month. So this library of videos is only going to get bigger and bigger. And the price is going to go up with time as well because, the more content we fill it up with, the more we're going to need to start charging. And so with that being said, go ahead and get the early bird pricing today. You can check out the link below in this YouTube video, or you can go to asknickfoy.teachable.com and just look for this Pinterest for Business course. I also have some other courses, so try to scroll through them and find the one for Pinterest.